Yeah, good evening, everyone. Please do come in again.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, all right. So, how should it be?
Very fine.
Okay, I can see the numbers on this call is quite, but nevertheless, is what it is. It's a solution, and this will be the last practical class. In fact, hopefully, this will be the last class for this course. As far as product design is concerned, probably next week we'll just be having questions and the general view and something like that. So that's if you have that. That's why if those are not here today, I don't know what to say. This very key aspect that requires a lot to do. But nevertheless, they've made their choice. So let's move on right to it. So tonight we want so for this class we want to look at the practical aspect of design, building a mini design system or whatever products we want to do. So we said that what the things that makes up the design system is that they are your tokens, your components, they are your and patterns, hairstyles. So we'll be looking at designing, looking at creating this thing or creating the tokens tonight, and also creating. I think we've touched on components, but probably we'll create one or two and look at designing modal, elastic patterns, and saving it as a component. And are we together? All right. So first and foremost, anytime you want to do a design system, you can actually create a page. You can actually create a page and call it design system. So that it will be easy to know, should be at the top. So anyone coming on the file will see it and can just fetch anything they like. So we'll be looking at creating, what's it called? Creating colors. So let's start with colors. Typography. Grids, buttons, and the patterns. Let's see if maybe fonts and modal. What else? Yeah, I think that was all. So for colors, let me bring this here. Yeah, you're right. So before you get to your design system, you got your user experience, you already know the colors to use. You understand? You already know the colors to use. So you should have solved that before um coming to your design system. So you must have check out your primary color. You must have your primary color, your assets, and your secondary color. Just any way you want to define it, you understand. So you know that your primary color is your main color. Am I correct? I hope you know that. You understand. So while your secondary color is just the color uh uh supporting the primary color, you understand. So we have the accent color as the color whereby used for key elements or as a highlight, you understand. So you know that your primary color should be used frequently on your on your design, you understand, just like the brand color of a thing, you understand. While your secondary color should kind of support the primary color, should add depth to it, you understand. So while your asset color is just used sparingly, it's just to draw attention to specific elements, that is important elements. So for buttons, we use our accent color for buttons, you understand. So that's just it. So basically, let me just so basically the primary colors are the foundational color for the entire design. Just like the design we did yesterday, our primary color is what? Who can tell us our primary color there? Can you hear me?
Sir, are you asking questions, sir?
Yes, I said someone should tell me the primary color we used yesterday, the class for the web design and the mobile responsibility.
We used green and yellow yesterday.
Yeah, what's the primary color there? What's the primary color there?
Yellow, yellow.
So I think the primary color was the green one.
Okay, so basically, based on yesterday's design, our primary color was the green because it was a dominant color there. It was all over the place. Do you understand? So our accent color was the one we use for what? For our elements, for the buttons. It's just use sparingly. Do you understand? So that's for our element. So it depends on how you can maneuver it. Why your secondary color is just to complement, just to add contrast to what? To the what's it called? To the primary color. We use it for our headings, our sub-headings and the lines. Do you understand? And body text. Do you understand? So you must know how to separate all these things. Are we together? All right. So you must understand those things. So let's say we want to create a color. Let's create a color. Please, in this class, you have to pay attention. Very key. Because this thing can be confusing and you have to be patient and be calm. So now there is an advanced way of creating all these uh, creating designs, creating tokens and the likes, creating colors, creating spacing and typography. You understand? Due to the variable features we have here. You understand? Before we use for typography, we use what's it called? Type scale. We go to a website we use type scale and do the whole stuff, and we have it on the we now put it on what, on our Figma here, and we save it. For our colors, we use some kind of plugins, or we just use a shades, just like I did yesterday, using the opacity to create a shades of a particular color. Then we use a particular plugins called, we use tints and shades to create color, to create shades of color. Let me say, for this one, I used the opacity. You understand? Before we use something like this, okay, let me place it here. Okay, let's say the green is our primary color, right? Let me fetch the green here. All right, so let's say we have the green here as what, as our primary color. So I just need to do is what, get a plugin. There's a plugin called Tints and Shades. You understand? You can get it there. Just go to, just press your Control Forward Splash and get started plugins here. Yeah, now. So what I just need to do, I run my, select it, then I run my Tints and Shades. Oh, I used a frame. Sorry, instead of rectangle. So I just run my Tints and Shades. How would I do this to me? Is it not really? Okay, then bring it upstairs. That's what I mean. Something else, somebody. Okay, let's move on. So I don't know why it's coming out this. It doesn't come out this way. Let's just move on. I'll try to adjust it. Okay. All right. Now, so you can see that it has a lot of it has been a lot of shades here now. Do you understand? This one being the base, and we have the shades from the lighter shade to what? To the darker shades. Do you understand? So wait, I think let me I don't know if I have this thing. Let me see if I've created a lot of this thing here. Okay, let me just edit there, sure. So you just have to select them. We will now kind of press Control R to rename them. Like family color. Then this number, it says that from higher number, this one is lower number. So you just press this, brings up, they will put in maybe 100. Then rename. After renaming, we run our star. See our styler. This is another plugin called styler. Then generate styles. So it's, you see that it created one, updated this thing. So it has been created. You saved your what? You saved your primary color here. So if you want to use it here now, all you have to do, it's here already. Just click on your file here. You see your primary color there. So that's one way, but I don't need that. Right now, we teach how to save it by variables. We have variables. So okay, let me still use that one. Let me still use that one. Something like this. So all you need to do, you create all this thing for here. Let's say this one is our primary color, right? Let's have this as our accent. Are you following? Let's have this as our assets. Let's use our things and sheets. Let's have our secondary. Our secondary. What do we use for our secondary? Let's say we have a kind of 2 4 2 4 2 4. Or let's say, yeah, let's use this and let's create the shades of let's see. So you can have error state to and success state, maybe for red or something like that. For red, for your error state or for your emergency. Let me see red here. All right. So you can see. And since our success state is green and we have our primary color as green, so we'll just pick from this green. So let's go to create a frame out of this. All right. So now let's create our tokens are available from this now. So you see variables here on the right place in here. Open it, open variables. So these are, let me delete all these variables here. Let me delete all this. Something you have the floor.
That's the question I want to ask. That why we are creating variables. Hope the variables will not be storing. Like for each project, there will be a different variables. Why can't it be
Yes.
stored on a page?
On a page like this.
Yes. So far, we are only working on this particular page. So if I open another Figma, will it also appear the one I've created before?
No, it's just for this file. So
Okay.
if you are working on different projects, you can name the project. You understand? So once you click on that on a brand, let's say you're working on this house meets brand now, you just name the variables as house meet. So once you create another one, you can still name it. So if you come to variable, you can just click on house meet and it open the variables for house meet. So here you can just create the brand. Is that where you create the brand? Okay. Let me see if I can. So let's create variables now. Let's start with colors. let's rename this to maybe housemate brand. All right. Let's say we have what's it called? Green forward slash. Let's start with I think 100. Then we enter. Depending on let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's have 10. Or let's delete the sorry. This is a level, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you start getting it. So when you are doing design system, you have to be calm. It's not something you do in a rush. I like this variable because it's an advanced way of creating design system. I think this 5, right? Speed. Minutes. So for that, we need to rename this 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. All right. 29, right? Our 9 should be this. I mean, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 1000 should be 8 times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we now have our green. Our green is sorted out. Then we duplicate this to have what? To have our yellow. Yellow. So we start with the yellow too. I think it's 5 here. No, speaking the wrong 5 here. It's 6. This is the 6. Yeah. So pick the 7. And be sure I'm picking the right color. Yeah. So you have to be calm. So you don't go and pick another color. 8. 9. Yes. 10. The last one, which is the darker shades of the yellow. Yeah. So you do it, you can do for the rest too. Just have them red and you have scent. Okay, let's do for this one too. Let's do for this for our red power secondary color. Let's duplicate this. Lighter shade of black. Three. We have 4. 4. We have 5. No, 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 no. These are 5. Yeah. Our 6 is our base color, which is our 2424. We'll proceed. The 7, number 7 is looking like a work already, Abby. Eight. Number 9. Number 10. And lastly, so we have black. Yeah. So we are done with our color here. Though we'll still create an alias. But as that now you are done. If you want to change the color here now, if you see, let's create color here now. There's this here. So you see that you come here like this. You can see all this, color here. Can you see it? So you can just select anyone. You understand? So, but our work is not done yet. You understand? Our work is not done yet. So let's create a variable for number. Let's create a number there. So we call it what should we call it? Our spacing. So this is one we will be using for what's it called? Our corner radius numbers, or let's okay. Zero. That's not what I want. Let me delete it. Yeah, about spacing. I don't want it to be under this column here. Let's see. Be on that. Yeah, I don't want it on that. It's coming under this screen. Why coming under this screen? What you hear?
Sir, maybe because your that particular yellow is activated, so that's why it's still coming under green. Right? Like if it is under black, maybe it's going to.
Hmm. I think it's under black. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. Yes. Okay. Bring it here. Also, just to be on that list. Let's see. So, mm, yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Let's hope. It's not supposed to be on that display. Oh, mm, Yeah. Yes. So let's duplicate this as much as we want. Don't see my screen.
I can see it now. I can see it now. I think it's the
Okay.
network.
Okay. All right. Yes, okay. 100, 200, 600. So for your skill, we can use a multiple of 2 or 4. You understand? Just make sure it's even number, multiple of 2 or 4. Let me start with 4. So we have 4. We have 8, right? We have 12, and we have 16. We have 20, we have 24, right? So let's duplicate this 700. We have 28, and we have 32. We have 900. 32, we have 36, and 1000. We had what? 40, and 111. We have what? 44. I hope I'm correct. All right, so we have that saved as our what? As our skill. That is saved already. Now we want to create for our font. We'll create for our font family and also for what's it called? Font weight. Create for font family and what? Font weight. So before now, you must have gotten the font you want to use. So you just want to save it. So let's create our string. No, start it again. I just hope it's not like that. Let's say we are using poppins. No, let's say font family. Poppins. I know. I don't know why it's okay, thank God. So we said we want to create our font family, then slash poppins, the name of the font you want to use, then our value. Oh, sure. Our value is what? The name of the font. You must make sure it's the name of the font. Yeah. Let's see if it works. Let's see. Let me check for variables here. Apply variables. You can see it works. Can you see poppins there now? So you just click on it. It changes to what? It shows that there's font family poppins here. So definitely it's what? It works. So let's say this poppins is what I'm using for my header. Let me say heading or header. So all I need to do is what? Duplicate this. This will now be for my let's say body text or sub or body text. Let's say sub body text. This one I want this one to be no need to. Yeah. So let me copy this in this here. I want no need to. You can see body text no need to here. Can you see it? So I can change it from there, saved like that. So let me create a variable too for the font weight. Variable for the so let's create for font weight. What's it called? Okay. Let's create for font weight. So we have our header for poppins, body text for no need to write. Let's duplicate this since it's still a string. Then we'll call it font weight. Font weight. Yes. Then we call this a font weight should have the regular, right? Regular. This should have after regular we have medium. The value should be the same thing. Medium. So we have semi bold. We have semi bold. We have bold, right? Bold. So just as much as oh, delete. So as much as you want, you can have for what? For your font width. So let's check if it works. Let's check if it works. Where's our text again? This is our text, right? Can see, right? it works. We have fonts with bold. It's saved. So right now we have for we've created our scale, that is numbers for to use for our what's it called, radius, spacing, and the likes. We've created for colors, and we've created for what, our font too. So let's proceed to create an alias for them. Let's proceed to create an alias for them. What's it called? So we create a collection here. Create a collection, and we name it alias. Sorry. Yeah, alias. We name it to alias. Yeah. So let's create for colors. So this is where we now want to spell if one is primary, red, error, this thing, so you can have a clear understanding of how it looks like. So since we have up to what's the other time? Up to 1100, right? So let's call this primary color. uh, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000, and we have 1100. All right. So you just see the right click on this value, create alias, create alias. So you come here and select whatever you want to select. Since green is your primary color, then you select it, green, do the same, create alias, 200. Are we together? Three hundred, create alias, 400, 500, 600. It's easy, right? Is it looking easy? 900. I do it, what happened? It's something you can do now. Don't worry. We have 1100. So that's it. So let's look at it here. Our color variables here now. You can see our primary color now has been named 200. There are stuff. So that's how you do it for. So that's how you do it for every of the color or greatest. So let's do it for what's the next one? Create variable. No, no. Let's duplicate this for what's it called? Accents, right? We may not even add color to it, but let's have our accents. We clear alias. Create alias. These are our assets here. Yeah. No. There's our yeah. Yes. So you just have to be careful. Yellow 200. Touch. Great. Wow. What am I doing? How did I put black here? How did black became yellow? Ooh, there's problem. Let's see why creating. Oh, we name this to black. All right. Let's go back to our yes. Made a mistake, so let's clear it and do the needful. Can you see that it's good to always keep calm? Anytime you're doing your design system, you just have to keep calm. What's happening now? Touch. Wait. 200. 300. Touch. Great. So these are we create our tokens. That 400, right? Yeah, 400. Let's go to 500. 500, detach, 600. So 700. Where's 700? Uh, 800. Eight hundred. 1,000. They will do that for duplicates a secondary color. So we attach yes. Let's detach also for detached. Mm, 400. 500. As the for 600. So for 700. So 800. We're almost done. 900. 1,000. Lastly, wow. So let's create alias for our, what's it called? Number, right? Oh, see, I'm starting again. Other weights. And, yeah, yeah, that's what we want. So for the colors, you just have to create the error state, or error colors and the success color. Understood? You can even have a neutral color just just as much your product needs or your project needs. So you can even have a warning sign, because for now we have the yellow. So sometimes you can use yellow for the warning or pending sign. So can use that for it. So let's create for our border width. Our border width. Our border width. What's it called? So for the border width, you should have none. Oh, so we have border width. Right, take it. Yeah. So we have none. Let me duplicate this. I think we have 40. We have none. We have the small. We have small. We have large. So we have, let's create an alias for it. So let's have our scale. So you cannot select any one of this scale. For this one, we have 0. For our small, we have what's it called? Let's have 100. Large. Let's have 200 or 300, depending on how you just want it. So that's that for border radius. Or border width, sorry. I don't know what you call it. Okay. Well, let's have one for medium. Yeah, let's have one for medium. So we can have for medium. I think we have 300 here. Yeah. So that's for medium. I will always have it here. Can see, just apply variable here. Once you apply variable here, you can see it's and yeah, you want it. Did you see that now? Did you see that? Are we together? All right, so that's how it's saved already. So you can have border width. You can even have a border radius too. If that width is not okay, you can have a border width, because I just use it for the border width. You can have a border radius too, because border width can be bigger than border radius. You understand? As much as you just need for your product. Just as much as you need it for your product, just create it. Are we good to go on that? Any questions so far? So that's that for tokens. So something asked a question earlier on that if you have different brands or anything, you can always create a brand here. Just create what? Create collection and just rename it to whatever you wanna um sorry. Once you create a collection, then select it here. It's a collection, just rename it. Just rename it. Then you are good to go to create another this thing you want here. Do you understand? Something, do you understand? All right. So the next one is setting up our grid system. Is setting up our grid system. We've touched on typography. We've touched. Let's look at grid system. So for our grid system, we'll look at we'll create a frame for different digital. Let's have for mobile. Let's have for mobile. Let's have for web. Let's have for this thing first. Let's have for tablet. So all right. So far, how to create grid for your work and save it. We have the grid system here. Just set it. Our columns. So for your mobile, let's set the count to be 4. Our margin should be 16 or 24, anyhow you want it. And our gutter should be 16 too. So you can remove it. Do you see the settings?
Hey, my screen is off again.
Another person.
That's come up. It has come up.
All right, let me delete it. So you want to save it. You want to save your what? Save your grid system. Come here. Open a file. Select your print style. You understand? You name it mobile. Then select resolution. Mobile. Column. Section. System. For some reason, a great start. Wisdom, you have the floor.
Okay, so what I want to ask is this count for mobile, that's the four that you used. Is it a standard count, or we can always adjust it depending on what you want to design?
So for mobile, don't exceed the 4. You understand? So now I've created for mobile. I want to create another one for what? For web. Okay, sorry, for iPad. I want to save one for iPad. This will be iPad. Show more options. Select column. For iPad, the count should be 8. The margin should be 16 or 24. I love 24 sharp. So is either 16 or 24. Sorry, the margin for iPad should be 32. While the gutter should be 16. Then you create. So let's do for desktop. Let's say for web. Open our settings. Hold on. So for web, our count should be 12. Our margin. So your margin can be 7200 and 120. It should not be more than 120 and it should not be less than 72. I hope that is taken. And our gutter 32. We'll create the star. All right, something you have the floor.
Can someone change this gutter that line? Can we change it from red?
Yes, now you can change it and you can even increase the opacity if you don't see it very well.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see that once you open your library, you can see the mobile app, iPad web. So anytime you want to work on anything, let's say you create another frame for phone, all you just have to do is what? Come to your layout guide here, your library, then click on it. It appears automatically. Do you understand that? Something.
Yes, sir, I get it, sir.
All right. So you just open it. So right now we are going to creating of components. I taught you how to wisdom. You are raising your hand.
So the question I want to ask is, all this while we've been using columns. So is there no need for rows in the margin system? And as well, for multi, if we want to create another design, can we just come and is there a way we can copy these settings like for the margin to the next file? That's the question I want to ask.
So basically, once you copy this thing like this, it happens. It goes with it. Do you understand? And you can actually use rows. Use rows too. So the rows
Sorry,
is
no,
for.
I didn't hear you what you said, sir.
I said if you want to use this same grid for the next screen, all you just need to duplicate the screen, and it's there automatically. Do you understand? So if
I'm referring to a new project. Can we copy this particular margin to the new project?
since it's saved on this file, if you are working on this file, it will be saved there. Do you understand? It's already here. You can see everything here. You can see mobile, iPad, web. Do you understand? And your variables are there.
Yes, I understand, but I'm still like, this one. Now, let's say this file is for housemates, and then we now want to do a new project, a new work entire. Let's say like our project now. So with the the grid system still appear.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you see those grids there?
No, it did not actually open. No.
Because I just opened a new file. It means that I want to start a new project. Do you understand? So whatever I create there, I'll have to start a new design system here. Do you understand? Because I've opened a new
Okay.
file.
Okay. 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 Hmm.
So that's it. Now let's go to creating of components or saving of components. I've taught you how to save, create, use button as a component and save it. So I'll just be going with how to save some cards and forms or models. Now, if all this design system is all about usable components, reusable elements. So if you know that you have things that you'll be using, you have your reusable elements, these are the things that you will save as components. You understand? Like a button now, I know that I'll be using this component in these buttons across board. I'll have to save it as a component. Do you understand? If I know that I'll be using this particular icon, I'll be using a particular icons, save it as a component. If you know you'll be using a particular cards, you'll be reusing it, save it as a component from the start. Even as you work, even as you are working and realize that it's like I've used this card for more than 2 or 3, save it as a component and you know you still use it. For models, design it and save it as a component. Do you understand? So what am I trying to say? That it's only the elements you know that you'll be reusing is what those are the elements, those are the things you save as what? As components. Don't just say, I like this icon, you save it as a component. And after like you only use it once, you're only wasting space and file. You understand? So just save what you know that you'll be using multiple times. You'll be using multiple times. So let's say that we have a back button. You know you'll be using a back button across screens. Am I correct? Save it as a component. Do you understand? So let's say we want to, okay, let's say that, okay, for models, let's create a model. A model. I think we created a model in the class. I don't know. Okay, okay, let me bring this here now. You can just create a file, a frame, and tag it what? Model, and title it model or models. If you know you'll be having different patterns of it. Let me use my variable here. Copies as my header. So I have something like this as my model. All I just need to do is erase this, or I can still leave that to, or let me say I have variant of it, a variant, or let me say this is, let me copy this. Sorry. And delete this, delete this. Do you understand? So all I just need to do was create a component out of it. Create components. You understand? And I'll call it model. So let me call it, I think I'm renaming it now. Model. You understand? So now I cannot create what? A variant of it. So these are a variant of it. So the variant is that you should have something like this. Complete. So that's the variant. So anytime I want to fetch it, all I just need to come to this asset, open created in this file. You can see I have a list here. All I just need to what? See, you understand? I didn't rename this variant. Let me come back and rename this variant here. Modal default, yeah. This one should be modal variant. This one should be with text, yeah, text. So I can just change it default without text, or let me just save it as without text, or something like that. Do you understand? So those are, you can have a for a form too. Let's go and fetch for our form. I think we did a form. We did a form in this class, right? So we did, I think we did a login, or have I deleted it? Okay. So you can just design a form and create it as a component that same way. I hope that is taken. So that's how to create what? A design system. Any question? So why are you laughing at?
It is a lot. We need to digest this one first.
Okay. Another person? No question? Wow.
The question I want to ask you said you want to design a card, but I didn't like. I want to just know how does a template of a card look like?
Okay. All right. Thanks for reminding me. So let's say we have cards here. So we have different cards. You can, these are cards here. Let's create a frame. Um, all right. So well, from that radius 20. So this is a card here. Do you understand? So I can save this. I'll just use this as a component. Create a component. Do you understand? I'll call it, and I can create a variant too out of it. Let me see. Cards. Let's say default. That's without information. So this one can be with information. Do you understand? Let's say the text here by 2. And 24. Let's say I have an eclipse here. 24. Then I have something like a shade. So yeah. And I have another text here. Then I have another one, another variant with buttons. This one is with button. So just create a button here. On average, just 20. Then we change our text. What's in here to our secondary color 600. So do you see that now? So if I have a kind of, let's say, I want to design a dashboard, a web dashboard. So a nav bar too, when you're designing dashboard, you know there's a nav bar, you can create it as a component too. Do you understand? Let's say I have my this thing right here. Just a color, just doing something to give it a color shape. So I have, and I need my cards now. But I just need to go to my assets. Just drag it out. That's and I change it. I can change it to my words to with buttons. Do you understand? Do you see that now? So that's it. That's for cards. Any other question?
Thank you, sir.
Any other question? All right. I want to believe there are no other question. So we are good to go. Good to go. Joy, you didn't say anything tonight. What happened? I did to you been opening your mouth like what happened? Is it confusing? Is it overwhelming?
Good evening, sir.
Agree, Joy.
No, it's not. I'm just very tired.
Oh, so sorry about that. Sunday, Alade. I hope you're good. Adeoti, Yusuf Milade. What happened?
Nothing. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
Nothing.
evening.
It's just the week stress. Today is Friday, and finally it's the weekend.
Okay, all right then. No wahala. All right. So wisdom and something. I'll be sending the probably this weekend
Yes,
or
sir.
Monday. I'll be sending the assessment for week 4 and week 6 class, and so I'll notify you. Let's get prepared.
Okay, sir.
All right, so I guess we can call it a night now. So you have a wonderful night rest and wake up victorious, energized, rejuvenated, and ready to design and kill everything. All right, bye.